Hello, my name is Rob McIntyre. This video highlights some of the new features in the 9th edition of the Barron's AP Psychology book. On this screen you can find my email address and my Twitter handle. Please let me know if you have questions or comments. This is the 9th edition of the Barron's AP Psychology book. Allison Wesley and I have been writing this book and updating this book for a long time. We've heard from a lot of AP Psychology teachers and AP Psychology students that it's useful to you as you learn AP Psychology content and prepare for the test. The College Board recently made the most significant additions and changes to the AP Psychology curriculum that they have in a long time, so we decided to highlight some of the changes in this 9th edition that take advantage of some of these changes in the AP Psychology curriculum. We think the most important changes in this edition involve updating studying advice based on cognitive psychology research. We reorganized the book according to the new 9-unit structure of the CED. We wrote a summary for every one of the CED units. We tried to make sure that all of the content review and items are aligned with the new AP Psychology curriculum in the CED. And we highlighted the new skills in the AP Psychology curriculum in several ways. We describe all of these updates also in the book. In this set of slides and in this video, you'll see scans from the book where we show you where we address this material actually in the physical print book, and you'll see slides summarizing the changes that we made. One of the most important parts of the book, we think, is the advice for students about how to use cognitive psychology research that you learn about in your textbook, that you learn about in the class, and that you'll need to know for the test, how to use that cognitive psychology research as you study. Here's what we mean. We divided all of that research into 3 major categories. Research about how to distribute your practice across time, research about how to know that you are actually deeply processing while studying rather than shallowly processing, and how to give yourself plenty of retrieval practice as you go along. We reorganized a book according to the new structure of the course examination description, the AP Psychology curriculum. As you can see on the left, those are the chapters that most teachers and students are used to, and these are the chapters in the AP Psychology and Intro Psych textbooks. Those 14 units are the traditional chapter structure. The College Board reorganized those chapters into 9 new units over on the right-hand side. For example, you can see they combined history and approaches and research methods chapters into a new unit called Scientific Foundations. The percentages that you see here represent the proportion of items on the AP Psychology exam that will come from those units or those chapters. We represent this also in the book. In the Barron's AP Psychology book, 9th edition, you'll find the new College Board unit, and you'll also find indications about which textbook chapter you can use to find information about that content area. This is reflected in the table of contents. As you can see here on the table of contents, new Unit 1 includes 2 different chapters, History and Approaches and the Methods chapter. We wrote a short summary for every single one of the new 9 College Board CED units. At the beginning of every unit, we write a few sentences about the content that you'll find in that unit, which may help you organize your studying and organize your context. We try to make sure that all the content review and items are aligned with the new College Board objectives. As we went through the content review and as we went through the multiple choice items, we tried to make sure that the AP Psychology curriculum guide that is available to you and is available to teachers lines up well with the new 9th edition of Barron's AP Psychology. We added special sections or features about the skills that the College Board added for this new version of their curriculum. Here's a quick list of the skills. So you can see skill number 1 is the one that psychology teachers and students are most used to. The AP Psychology exam is always dependent on students' ability to understand and apply psychological terminology, vocabulary, theories, and models. The 2 other skills that the College Board added, data analysis, are most relevant for the research methods chapter, the Scientific Foundations unit, and we highlight them where they reappear within the book. So for example, in Unit 1, Scientific Foundations, which involve the history and approaches chapter and the research methods chapter. During the research methods chapter, students learn about experimental methodology, correlational methodology, and other research methods. That's most relevant to Skill 3, scientific investigation. Later in that chapter, students learn about statistics, and that's most relevant to Skill 2, data analysis. Where the skills repeat during the Barrons book, we highlight that they're right in the text for students. Later in the book, we have a separate discussion about skills and some of the specific relationships between the skills that may be useful as you study. We kept some of the returning favorites, some of the features of the book that teachers and students have told us in the past are especially useful. The book starts with a diagnostic test. It's a 100-question multiple-choice test that is very similar to what you'll find on the AP Psychology exam. You can use your results from this test and the tables that we include to figure out which chapters you might be stronger in and which chapters you might be weaker in, which might be useful as you study. We kept the Fabulous 15. There are a lot of names of famous psychologists included in the AP Psychology curriculum. We narrowed it down to these 15 individuals who we think might be most likely to appear on the exam. So make sure you know all of the names included in the AP Psychology curriculum. Make sure you know these 15 especially well. We have 2 separate chapters specifically focused on multiple choice test taking and answering the free response questions. There's advice in both those chapters specifically tailored to those item formats. So that's the book. We are very proud of the Barron's AP Psych book, and we were grateful that we got to do a 9th edition to incorporate some of these new features. Please contact us if you have questions.